Jackpot, I hit the jackpot, jackpot.
They met me when I was 1. I went to live with them as a foster family. If you're mad at someone, go tell them you love them now. Like, you don't know if tomorrow's promised. So once you've lost a parent once, like, who wants to go through it twice? Some scary stuff. Like, I would go live with my mom for some time, and then she would mess up again, and DFS would take me away. And I remember he asked me, he's like, when do you think we'll go home? And I remember it just like hurt my feelings so much because I was looking like, you're never gonna go home. I didn't. You're not. Okay. Hey champions, what's up? It's your girl Champ, and I'm back with another fabulous video. Now today's video is gonna be a little bit different from what we usually do. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I'm gonna do a story time. I think it is appropriate because I've done so many videos on growing up with white people, and somehow some of you bright champions out there keep asking the question, is she adopted? Why are her parents white? So since a lot of people don't want to go back and do their homework, I figured out I would do it for you because I love you all so much. So this is a story time, and I am giving you guys the story of how I was adopted. So let's dive right into it. First things first. So I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and I was born to my mom, Michelle. I didn't really know my dad. Like, I think I saw him one time when I was a kid, and the only memory I have of him was he took me to the gas station and was like, you can pick out whatever you want. And of course, you know me, I picked out like some little toy makeup there or something, like at the gas station. And that was the only thing, that's the only memory I ever have. Okay. So, long story short, he was not in the picture. Which is okay because I had my mom. But I met the champions who are my family now when I was 1 year old. Okay? If you didn't just watch my Grow Up with White People video, please save this video and go watch the other one and come back, or finish this one and then go watch it. I'll put the link in the description. But my mom tells the story about how I came in. I had one shoe off, one shoe on, and a lot of attitude or something. Anyways, they met me when I was 1. I went to live with them as a foster family, which means they're just like taking care of you. You're not adopted, okay? And so I went to live with them as a foster family because my birth mom had a drug problem. She also battled with schizophrenia. So I went to live with them when I was 1, and then it was basically like a really long custody battle. Up until the age of 5th grade. Like, I would go live with my mom for some time, and then she would mess up again, and DFS would take me away. And even like just through that whole time, I remember like a lot of days going to court, like being in the daycare at court all day. And it would just be like little, sometimes even like little things my mom would get in trouble for. Like, I remember one time I went to school, and I was like a very stubborn child, and I did what I wanted. So I remember like one time I went to school, and I was like, I'm not going to wear socks with these boots. I don't want to. So my mom put socks on me, and I was like, I'm going to take them off. And I went to school like that, and then like the teacher reported it to DFS, and then like she got in trouble for that. So just like little things like that. Like, obviously the drug problem was an issue, but like I think I might have also been a difficult kid. I don't know. Can you guys imagine that? Comment below if you can even imagine the Champ, this angel, being a difficult kid. Can you imagine that? So with my birth mom, Michelle, I had 2 brothers. I had an older brother, John Paul, and a younger brother, Timothy. And I was the only one who went back and forth with a foster family, at least while I knew my mom and lived with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once I got adopted, I do believe that my younger brother, Timothy, went into foster care for a little bit of time. But then my mom married a guy named Wardell, who's like my stepdad, but he never like really fathered me. But I guess he's my stepdad because my mom married him. I don't know. I'm already adopted, so what does that make him? Anyways, he's a really great guy. Anyways, he married my mom, and that is how they got custody of Timothy. So, and you know what? I had like this memory one time. It was really sad. Like, it was the one time I remember Timothy being in like foster care. And I was already adopted by the Champions at this point. I got adopted in 5th grade, but we'll rewind to that. But let me just get this little story out. So I remember Timothy coming to see me. It was my first time seeing him in years. His like foster family like hooked us up and we got to see each other. And I remember he asked me, he's like, when do you think we'll go home? And I remember it just like hurt my feelings so much because I was looking like, you're never going to go home. I didn't. You're not. But it turns out he did get to go home. Wardell helped my mom get custody, so that was really nice and great. My older brother, we all had different dads, but my older brother would like sometimes go live with his real dad sometimes. But I was the only one for the majority of the time who would like go back and forth, and I was the only one who got adopted. So now I got adopted in 5th grade, and then my mom, Michelle, died a year later when I was in 6th grade. So I remember that being really hard for me. Actually, the first time when she died, the only time when she died, I didn't even know how to like handle it. I went to the wake, and I didn't even go to the funeral. Like everyone was like, "Do you want to go?" Even my mom now, Joan, who adopted me, she like tried to encourage me. Wardell tried to encourage me. Everyone tried to encourage me to go to the actual funeral, and I just couldn't do it. I was like, no. But I would play really cool. Like I have a hard time showing my emotions sometimes and express myself. So what I did was I just went. I went to babysit straight from the funeral, and then I remember like having a breakdown and like while I was babysitting and I was like, kids, watch like your movie or whatever, and I just like broke down and cried, and then acted like nothing was wrong, and like really didn't even talk about it for a long time after that. It was just kind of something that I like pushed a lot of that pain behind me, and I just didn't really talk about it. And it wasn't till like, I don't know, when I got in high school or like even a little bit later in middle school when I started having questions just like about being black or being white. Because as you guys know, my adopted family, the whole family is white. Shout out to the Champions. They're amazing. Like I said, go watch my Adopted by or Growing Up with White People video. The link will be in the description box. But I went to go with them, and I don't think I dealt with any like the death or even like the trauma of like going from home to home to home to home until I got to high school when I really started having questions about who I was and what I was and all different things like that. So there was actually one other place that I lived before I was adopted. When I went in that custody battle, I used to also live with my grandma Jenny, who I love so much. She also died. She died a little bit before my mom. So when I did go around from home to home, it was to my birth mom, Michelle, to my grandma Jenny, and then to the Champions. And it was crazy because when I would go with the Champions, I'd be like, I miss Mommy Michelle. And then when I would get with Mommy Michelle, I'd be like, I miss Mommy Joan and Daddy Tom. So like, I guess it kind of was a little bit of trauma, and it was a lot for me to go through as a kid, but I didn't notice it at that time. Like during that time, I thought, I'm so lucky. I have 2 moms and 2 dads. Like this is great. Well, 2 moms and 1 dad. But it wasn't until later that I kind of realized like, oh, this is actually kind of sad. It's great to have the Champions. It's great that I was adopted in such an amazing family. Like I had other kids and people I knew at school in high school whose like adoptive families were like abusing them and doing crazy things. So I know that I was like super lucky to be adopted by the Champions, but it was still like a lot to go through. And I think for me, like once I got later into high school, towards the end of high school, I was like in a really rebellious phase, just doing whatever I wanted to do and listening to nobody could tell me anything. Nobody, not my parents, not the school, the police, nobody. So I was like in a really rebellious stage, and I just didn't know who I was. I was trying to be everything. I was trying to be more black. I was trying to be all kinds of things that just weren't me, and I should have just been however black I am. Like, whatever is me is what I should have been, but I didn't know who I was because I was moving around so much when I was little, and I just didn't know. So I think that was when I really started to deal with it. So I did know some of my mom's family. Like, I knew my cousin Kit, my uncle Mike, different people like that, but I don't have that much memory of them. I just have like a little bit. If you guys have any questions about this, because I do like talking about it to you guys. I don't like talking about it to everyone, so don't just like ask me on the streets if you see me about it, because this is the thing. Sometimes I can talk about this, and sometimes I cannot at all. It's so weird, and I never know when it's gonna be. Like, some days I'm fine talking about it, and then like another day you could just see me in person and ask me, and I might cry. Like, one thing about having a parent die is that it never gets any easier. It never gets any easier. No, I'm not gonna say that. It gets easier to deal with, but it never hurts any less. It always is gonna hurt the same. And that's why that, if you guys saw my other video the other day, I got a little like crystal that lights up with a picture of my birth mom. That was the cutest thing ever. That means the world to me. So I just try to live my life now in a way that her looking up at me, I just try to live my life in a way that her looking down on me, she would be proud of me. And it's crazy because I talked to my older brother one time, and he was like, and he also kind of has a drug problem right now. He's in LA and I haven't seen him, but you know, he's got a little issue right now, so pray that gets better. But I remember when I did see him a couple years ago, he was like, Champ, I thought you would have been strung out on drugs by now. So apparently I'm doing really good for what I was supposed to be doing at this point in life, but you know. One thing I've never done is actually gone to visit my mom's grave, but I did hear something disturbing the other day. She doesn't have a tombstone, which is terrible. So I'm going to definitely go buy her one. I don't know if I'll take you guys with me or not. I told you, I don't know how I'm going to feel. I'm so up and down with it. But if I can, I'll bring you guys. But I definitely need to go buy her a tombstone because that's just sad. I don't know why she wouldn't have one. That's terrible. So I definitely plan on going to get her one of those and visiting her. And when I went home to St. Louis, I got to see my little brother, Timothy, who I love. He's like a little angel child. He just does no wrong. Won't even cross the crosswalk without like the light. And I'll be like, come on. Anyways, he's the sweetest boy. It's so crazy because he's so much taller than me. All my brothers are taller than me. Like by feet. It's crazy. But then again, I'm only 4'10". But yeah, so I got to visit him and see him. And it's just like, that's one thing that is so important to me. Now I try to spend as much time with my family as I can. And that's also why I'm so particular about who I have in my life in general, just because I know how life can be taken so quickly. And I think it also affects me because like now I'm like low-key paranoid about my parents now. Like sometimes I'll just get sad and cry. Like I don't even want to say it, but like it's just scary because you don't know what's going to happen. And once you've lost a parent once, like who wants to go through it twice? Some scary stuff. So but thank you God, and I'm blessed just for all the time I get with the people I have in my life. I love, if you're in my life and I talk to you and I spend time with you, it means you're important to me, and because I value that so much, just because I know how it can be gone in a second. And my life, your life, whoever's life, you know what I mean? And I would hate for something to happen to me or someone else and I was spending time with the wrong person. Don't ever waste your life, guys. And if you're mad at someone, go tell them you love them now. Like, you don't know if tomorrow's promised. So anyways, you guys, that is all for my little story time. I just wanted to get close with my champions a little bit. You guys know I love you guys, and I really look at you guys like family. Shout out to everyone who has been supporting Champ's Choice. Y'all know I love you. I appreciate you. You can order the hats, organiclifestyle.com, or you can email me at shopchampschoice, or you can DM me on my IG, WatchDanielle, or on the Champ's Choice's IG, which is the Champ's Choice, and order your new merch. All right, y'all, I'm out. I'm probably going to go live later today, so if you made it to the end of this video, comment and let me know, should I go live? Should I go live today? Let me know. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about this, please respectfully put them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. I don't know how many of these growing up with white people or being adopted videos I'm going to do, but I just feel like every time I do one, y'all have more questions. And I'm bonding with you guys, so why wouldn't I continue? Anyways, like, comment, share, and I will see you all next time. Bye, champions.